But starting with the figures, this set has the most amount of minifigures in any Marvel set ever, and it had the most amount of minifigures in any set ever until the UCS Death Star took that slot last year. Starting with the villains, there are 4 Chitauri, and then there's the same Loki from the Quinjet, and then a brand new Ultron Mark 1, which I personally prefer over the original one. Alexander Pierce is a nice little throw-in figure that we probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise, along with Helen Cho, Eric Selvig, and Kevin Feige. The set also has 3 shield agents, one being Tony Stark in disguise from Avengers Endgame. There is also a normal Tony Stark and 2 Iron Man armors, one being destroyed, which is pretty cool. The Captain America is the same one from the Quinjet, but this time there's 2 so you can recreate the fight scene from Endgame. Thor is also the same one from the Quinjet, but he has this new hairpiece, which honestly I think makes him look a lot worse. And the Black Widow is the same one from the Quinjet, but this time she has leg printing, which does look better, but it's the exact same legs from Hawkeye and Falcon from this exact same set. The Wanda, War Machine, Nick Fury, Pepper Potts, Wong, and Micro Ant-Man are all repeats. There is also this dummy, which for some reason is considered a figure in the set, along with this awesome comic book Vision. The Hulk is great, and the Wasp is a random inclusion, but is a brand new figure, and has a way better helmet than the original one. Now for the actual set, this is based on all 4 Avengers movies, so there's a lot of references from all of them, but mainly the first 2 in Avengers Endgame. The set has this really cool Leviathan and a mini Quinjet, which yeah, is small, and it's not the coolest thing ever, but it fits inside of the tower, which makes it a lot cooler. Now you can remove this panel on the front, and there's 4 main rooms on the inside. The first floor is mainly a reference from Avengers Endgame, with it being the lobby and having a Tesseract on the floor. The next floor is a mixture of Avengers Age of Ultron and Avengers Endgame. First being Endgame with the bridge that Captain America fights himself on, then it references Age of Ultron with Vision and Ultron in the back from before they got into bodies and were still just computers. The next floor I guess is from the first Avengers movie, just being a room for Tony Stark. The final floor is a gel for Loki from the first Avengers movie, which technically in the movie was on the helicarrier, but it's still a cool room. Above that there's the landing pad, and on the inside there's the room from Age of Ultron where they have the party and fight Ultron Mark 1. Now if you take off a few panels on the top, you can see this small room referencing Hulk throwing Loki around from the first movie, and above that you can flip this last panel up to reveal the final room, which is just a room to examine Loki's scepter.